So in this lab, we will be seeing on continuous monitoring and application insights from Azure perspective. So if you remember on our last lab on the health clinic, we have used that URL checker as part of our release pipeline, which checks whether our website is up and running, whether we are getting a status code of 200 or not after the release. Okay, so this is that URL checker. Now we are going to introduce two more things, which is going to be release annotation and continuous monitoring of our websites. So if we wanted to go and check it, we can just click on this plus button and then type release annotation. So this release annotation is nothing but it is one of the aspect of our application insight timelines. Okay, so when you try to click and add it, it will ask you for an application ID and the API key. So this you will be getting it as part of Azure Application Insights. So this is going to be our resource group, and under this resource groups you can see that the list of resources that we have. So this is going to be our website, and corresponding application insights for this website is this one. So I'm just clicking on this particular application insights, and under this you can see an API option over here, API access. So when I click on this API access, I can create a new API key, which I have just created 30 minutes back. And then this is going to be your application ID. And when you create an API key, it gives you a key. And here I just need to choose write annotations. It is very important. And then I need to authenticate the SDK. I just need to click on these two things. And then when I click on create, I'll be getting a key. I'll just copy that key and then I'll just paste it over here, and the application ID is this ID that I'm going to copy it from here. Okay, so when I actually give these two things, and then my release annotation is created, which means the website will be continuously started monitoring, and I will be able to see the monitoring aspects over here. When I go to this performance, I can see the application performance depending upon the last 30 minutes or whatever it is. Like if the application is keep on using, I can see this over here, and the annotations will start picking up. Okay, so this is how I just need to link my application insights to my release. Next, I'm going to add one more thing called continuous monitoring, enabling continuous monitoring for my website. How can I do that? I just need to click on this task, and then I need to say monitoring, and then I will get these option from Azure called as Azure App Service Manager. Click on add, and here under the actions you can see this option called as enable continuous monitoring. I just need to click on this, and then as usual I just need to click on Azure subscription and the app service name that I need to monitor, and then the application insights resource group name, and then the application insights resource name. Okay, so by default I have already added these things. You can see it over here. I just given the Azure subscription name, and then I have just clicked on enable continuous monitoring, and I gave the app service name, and this is going to be my resource group, and this is going to be my application insights name. Okay, this application insights name is this one, and when I click on save and continue, what happens when I start to create a release, it actually starts the release, and it again asks you for a release approval. Since it is a production, I'm just clicking on approve, and then when I start the release, it actually starts all the process one by one and you can see the release annotation has been created, and then continuous monitoring has been enabled. Now how can I actually see the output of all these things? So if you wanted to see more about this release annotation, you can go to this marketplace, and here you will get the documentation of how it is added and how you can actually monitor these release annotations, or you can actually see this server insights and server response time and everything as part of your dashboards. And this is going to be your continuous monitoring. Okay, you just need to go over here, and then you just need to add that as your continuous monitoring. You can do it on your YAML, or if you're quite comfortable, you can do it on your GUI as well. I have done it on GUI, hence I am showing it on your GUI. So if you see, the release is actually going on, and once if the release is completed, what I can do is like I just need to come to this home screen. This is going to be my home screen, and here you can see this summary option, and under the summary option you can see a dashboards. I'm just going to click on the dashboards, and here you can see this option of application insights, which has been populating with the server response time, and you can see that application availability of your performance for the last 24 hours. So one is going to be your release annotation, and another one is actually going to be your continuous monitoring. If I wanted to add more, what can I do? I can just click on this edit button, and here I can just see a application Azure Insights options over here. So it is helping you to monitor the performance of your applications. So I'm just clicking on this, and then I'm clicking on the add button over here. Let me try to put this to another screen. Just give me a moment. Okay, so now when I click on this, and then I can click on the add option over here, and then I'm saying done editing. Now I'm going down and I can see another two widgets being added. I'm just clicking on this and clicking on configure, and here I just need to add the same application ID and the API key, which I can take it from my release pipeline. So this is going to be my application ID, and this is going to be my API key. Once if I click it, I'll be getting these metrics. So if you see, there are a lot of metrics available. Okay, so how much is a failed request, how much is a pass request, how much is an exception I'm getting, how much is a server response time I'm getting, and what is the availability of it, what is the execution time of ASP.NET, and whatever I want to do, I can just do it. So I can just see what are all the process CPU, and I can say the average of last 12 hours, and then I can just give a URL out of it. And similarly, I can add whatever the options that I wanted to add. So all these widgets are actually populating the output from our release pipeline. So if you go there, if you see here, the release pipeline has been completed, and this annotation has been set, and this enable continuous monitoring, which we have done it. So it says web test has already been configured for this one, continuous monitoring has been enabled for this app service. So that output will be automatically populated for this dashboards, and it will get refreshed every minute whenever you're trying to refresh out of it, because here on the settings you said like automatically refresh it for every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes the intervals it will get refreshed out of it. So this is what we are going to do as part of our continuous monitoring and enabling the release annotation as part of your release pipeline. So just try these things and then let me know if you guys face any issues. Until then, have a good day. Thank you.